About to go live here. Just going to stream stocks to watch and waiting on YouTube. We are live. Welcome to Wall Street Sizing Up. This is the Stocks to Watch Weekend Edition. That's what we call it here. We're sponsored by, first and foremost, thank you guys for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a sub if you get the text from me. My name is Mark. I'm the moderator. We have sponsor, stocktrade.tips. As you know, they have one goal, is to help you profit off the insider knowledge of the hedge funds. And they send you an SMS text message. We will be going to probably a Telegram type of messenger very, very soon. You'll be hearing more about that in the next 2 or 3 weeks. But I really appreciate my subs out there. I typically film this, but I'm going to stream it live today. It's Friday. Don't forget to turn back your clocks on, was it Saturday night? Saturday night at 2 a.m. I want to run through here. One, it's been a wild week, but two is I want to give you some of the returns that we've had with the strategy. Now, these are all positive returns. The reason why is because we try to drive this home. It's very, very tough if you trade, if you swing trade, if you just casually look at the stocks. That's okay because we're trying to help you, right? But our strategy is we look at the hedge funds, we look at what they're buying. If it's already pumped, we don't touch it, right? But if it hadn't and it's still got some room to run, we like to look at that. So, but if it starts to lose, if it goes down 5, 6, 7%, we cut them. So check out, these are just the 10 stocks that were in my list on Thinkorswim, right? SCYX up 15, right? I'm still holding that stock. GVO up 40%. Before the slide, I did so I got about a 33% on that one. MRNS up 30%. BCRX up 33%. Now I only got 37, but you could have gone 50% up there, right? DMTK up 250%. I still hold a lot of that, but I've sold a lot too. ALDX up 20. STRT up 36. It pumped. So that's when I got out and it sold off, right? So I got about a 36, 34% return is what I'm looking at here. MGA, I'm still holding this. I'm up 25%. And MP, which was a loser stock, but it's essentially mining. It's a mining stock, right? And they're mining for lithium and all of the pieces that you need for semiconductors. So MP, it's up 50%. It did go down 19, so if you cut it, I don't blame you, but it's back up to 50%, and I still hold MP. That was just like the first 9 that I looked at that on my list that I still hold some, or I still hold a lot. So with that said, let's get the stocks to watch today. Just want to give you some sense of that we are making progress and the strategy seems to be working. Again, you got to cut your losses quick, but let the winners run. First up today is let me get it right, Hal. Is get you over here. There you are. Is SHBI, Shore Bank Shares. Now, Shore Bank Shares it's a financial institutions. They made several acquisitions. They just did an acquisition literally 2 weeks ago or a week ago. It's a banking stock. Clearly, it's a inflation play as well. So Shore Bank Shares, Martin Friedman at FJ Capital. We like FJ Capital. When they size up, they're pretty. I think of them as very, very well because when they size up, they do it right, and their position sizing and risk management is very, very good. So they sized up. They've held the stock for going back a long ways since 2014, right? Just traded in and out of the stock, so they know it very, very well. We like to see that too. So they just traded into the stock on March 8th. About 350,000 shares, so for a total of about 850,000 shares, which is about 7% of the company, right? They've got about a $15 million position. Is also so not a huge position, but not a huge fund, right? It's about 1 to 2% of his portfolio, but it's up 11% since 3/8, right? So that's big. 70% of institutions own SHBI, and there's some big ones, right? What else can I say? It's been up. It's up 24% in the last 30 days. That's good to know. The price target that we've got on it that we see is $21. Again, SHBI price target of 21. Now, if you look at the chart, what we've got here is that it's literally right at a resistance point right now, right? But you can see that it's past the earnings call and the dividends, right? So it's at 1793 is the resistance. It's sitting at about 1792 right now. It's a long-term trade. We like it. If it can break through this in the next couple of days, we think that it will run to absolutely to the next resistance points. What looks like, and it's really not a whole lot of resistance here, but probably somewhere around 20. So you got a good uplift there. All right. Since the hedge funds have, well, let me do this next stock first. So this is, next stock is OraSure Technology, or OSUR, right? It's already outrun its, the price target is, I've got is 1867, right? This is a short-term trade though. American Capital Management side, the paperwork was a little bit fuzzy on this one. American Capital sized up. They've got a $40 million position, I know. It looks like since the trade, they're down 13%. But here's what I wanted to get across to you. OraSure, now, they're a medical diagnostic testing company for the most part. They do COVID tests, right? You can see their stock. It has not done well, right? But over the last 5 days, it looks like it's turned a corner, right? And I'll show you the big chart in just a second. But its earnings forecast to grow 74% in 2021. We have a price target of 1867, right? Let me show you all right, here's the chart. We have price target is about 1867, so right around here, right before 19, of course. And we've got a floor of 950. So we don't think it goes past here. And if it does, you need to cut it, right? The resistance that we see is right in the mid 15 range. You see it right in here. So if it breaks past that, it could absolutely run to the 1867 price point. That's what we see. But yeah, the base support's right about 950. Here's the thing about OraSure and why we think it will absolutely turn around. 100%, in fact, 104% of its stock is owned by Wall Street institutions. Now, how do you get that 104%? Sometimes we see that. I don't know how you do it, but 100% of the stock is owned by institutions, right? Retail does not have a play in this, right? All right. That is OraSure. Again, the price target there is 1867. The next up is one that you will recognize. And it's had a heck of a run. Now, here's what I was going to say before. There are not a lot of 13G and 13D filings that are good filings right now. One is that when the market gets choppy, these hedge funds tend to, they're very good at risk management and position sizing. So they size down and make less trades, right? So this one actually came from OpenInsider.com. You can look it up, right? But this one actually came from a director who sized up over at Lionsgate Entertainment. You see it there, LGF. There is A shares and B shares. He sized up on the B shares, right? Now, he's already in the money here, right? But he bought 100,000 shares. He owns 1 million shares, over 1 million shares, right? So that's how I found this one. And sometimes you can find some good. But the reason I liked him is because he has bought Lionsgate about 7 different times. And every time, it literally goes up. And Lionsgate, like, look at this 6-month chart. It's just a beautiful chart. So we see this as a long-term trade. The funny thing about Lionsgate is 87% of its stock is held by Wall Street institutions. 87%. And a little bit more than 2% is held by insiders, right? Like Crawford here, right? He's up about 5% since the trade. But here's the thing that we like. Their earnings forecast, 130% in 2021. Obviously, this is a COVID opening play. They're going to, when this thing busts open in California, in the different places that they film, it's going to go nuts, right? And so Lionsgate is a very, very good. Clearly, it's outperformed its target, so it's done that. Let's look at their chart. All right, so the chart is sitting at about 1593, right? It looks that I've got 1772 is the next resistance. So right here. So if it breaks this, guys, I don't have a price target. The only thing that I've got from Wall Street analysts that I've read is that it's an outperform. So you can see here, so if it breaks the 17-ish, 17, upper 17s, if it goes to 18, this thing will probably run until it hits this trash here. So right around 20 to 22 is where you'll find some more resistance. So we like the upside here as well. So those are our three stocks. They are SHBI, OSUR, and LGF. I'll be buying these on Monday morning, just like you. If you like the stocks, you will. But I like all three of these stocks. I really do. With that being said, guys, I really appreciate you guys joining me. I'll shoot this out to you probably on Saturday. Again, it is daylight savings time, Saturday night. It's a spring forward, so you lose 1 hour of sleep. But with that said, guys, we really appreciate you. Watch your six, go hard in the paint. Cheers, guys. We'll see you